Yes, hello everyone. Hope you are doing great. Feel a bit tired, but let's do this. Okay. Let me see. Let me just see. Okay. Okay, so we're going to be making this scene here, or at least attempting to make this scene here. And guess I should have it in. Just place it. At first glance, it looks a bit complicated, but we can structure it, break it into small structures, see how we can approach it. So we have some snow mountains, clouds in the background, a forest in the middle ground, and then a river here, which is nice. Great composition. But before we jump into that, let's do some quick promos. So Pure Sky is an amazing add-on for generating sky, procedural skies. For your renders, you can see you have these realistic clouds, volumetrics, suns, moon, and anything you can think of. If you want to create a sky, this is an amazing add-on. Hey there. Sorry I can't pronounce your name, but how are you? Then there is Simply Cloth, which is an amazing add-on for dressing up your character. All links are going to be provided in the description. You can see some of the clothes in the library, from trousers, vests, or shirts, women clothes, men clothes, whatever kind of cloth you want is going to be in this library. And it also works with the asset library, as you can see here, or asset browser. Hello Huna, how are you? If you want to get Simply Cloth, link is provided in the chat. And then finally, the essentials tips for Blender, 497 tips. That is amazing. So if you want to better your Blender skills, this is a must for you. So over 497 tips, that's a lot of tips. From tools and operation, unwrapping, UV and interface sculpting, rendering nodes, add-ons, and modifiers. I feel like those option guys. Add-ons, modifiers. Okay, anyway, let's jump in today. So if you want to get any of these, links are provided in this chat. If you get any of these, it also helps out. The channel supports it a lot because YouTube revenue is not enough to sustain doing this long term. But things like if you buy these add-ons, affiliate links really help out. Hello, NS. Oh, nice name there, Kokak. How are you? Okay, so let's jump into this. What do we start with? I think we can start with the lake, with the river. This just this. Just the foreground, and then we can do the middle ground, and then finally continue on with the mountain Z. Okay, let's get it started. Now you can start with the lake, with the river, just a plain. I'm thinking. Do we need to displace the water? I think not. We can start with the... Oh, actually, we can do... I realized a new trick to make the water look better. We're going to be using cycles. We can go in cycles and turn on GPU, viewport denoising, and anything else. Go to sky and turn on... what do I want? Sky texture. Nishita, bring the ozone up so we have more blue. Air down, maybe not. The strength, point 1. 0.1. Okay, why is seems my Google Chrome has a crashed and my music stopped playing, and but everything other than that seems to be good. Let me bring back my music. Not sure why it's saying I don't have enough memory for Google Chrome. Just crashed. Anyway, let's refresh the music so we can have some nice musical playing in the background. We are back. Okay, so the water, we can create a new material. I'll call this water. Let's name our things for easy way to remember this. So I'm going to use a color. Make the water really blue. And I want to use some surf scattering, just a bit like that. And also make sure that the radius is mostly in the blue area. And maybe some greenish. Let me save this to call this painting like that. Hey Danishe, how are you? Danishe, I think this is the first time I've seen you here, or am I mistaken? Have you been here before? Make this very reflective water. The color should also be, I think we're going to make the color a little bit more greenish. Now let's create some waves. I'm going to create, let me see, can I just use a Voronoi texture for the waves? Scale this. I want to scale this mostly on the So we can have this as the vector bump for our water. Let me see. Goes to the height, goes to the normal. Let's invert this. We can use, I think, a smooth minimum. So if I do a vector, convert math node, I can use a smooth minimum to smoothen the water a bit. Let's do, let's write 3. Then I'm going to get a noise texture. Noise. Like this. Again, I want it to scale in the Y a bit. So let's use maybe 5 here, or 10. Like that. Blend this with this. So we have more detailed water. And another thing I want to do, you can do with the water, is add a volume absorption. So volume absorption, so the water will have some depth. We also might want to add in some transmission in this. That's a good starting point. Let's create the water basin. I think we can, let me see how this looks. Get a plane. This, gonna grab a plane. Let me turn on random colors. For now, I'm just going to concentrate on one side. There's something like that. Add a few subdivisions, shade smooth. We can maybe use a mirror modifier like this. We can go to sculpt mode, turn on Dino Topo, like that. Oh, I need to apply the scale of this first. Go back to sculpt mode, Dino, okay, and just start making this area less even. I think somewhere like that should be good. You don't even have to use too much detail. Can apply this and yeah, that's not a bad starting point. So this somewhat like that. I think it's something like that. I'm going to play with the contrast a bit here, so yep. Okay. Go to my, let me first unwrap this. Go to my texture folder, Addon, search for grass. Grass PBR. This should work. Create PBR material out of this. We have something that looks like that. Not too bad. Let me just curl things up a bit like that. But I want this to be more green than it looks right now. So let me see. Hey, Right the Gamer, how are you? I'm facing an issue in Blender during rigging with Rigify when I make a rig mirror and the rig is joining. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not very sure what you mean there. Anyway, I want this top to be a little more greenish. Green, so let me use a different grass. So I'm going to call this soil and just create another grass material here. And just going to select the upper area, everything like that, assign it to this material. We should have something like that. Scale is off. Yeah, something like that. And let me find a ground texture to use here. Some sort of soil like this. Just blend these two materials. Now I don't like this jagged detail here, and I don't want to use, let me see. Hey Lynch, I came here too late. I know we're just beginning. We're just like 10 minutes in, so we haven't really missed much. Let me first scale this. Scale this down. Yeah, I would have preferred to just use, instead of selecting vertices like that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to work. I want to smoothen this area here. So instead of just selecting what says, let's just use this material, and we can add grass on top of this. Okay, let's do that. Let's get some grass. First of all, let me use a plane. Hey Kapil, how are you? How is your morning? Let's get some grass. Some grass elements. I'm just going to use this grass here. Or let's just create one from scratch. So something like this, I'm just going to create a plane, subdivide it a few times. Go to the particle system, create a new hair system. New hair system. We can add a shrink wrap. Been enjoying the hot weather here. Nice. I'm told that UK is usually rainy most of the time, so enjoy. So what do you usually do on a sunny day that side? Let me turn on advanced and have velocity. I want the number to be 0, but the Z to be 1, or to get the height from that. And we want like 500 particles. True? I wonder if we wanted to start from nothing, what tutorial should we watch first? Just watch random tutorials, and that will get you to speed. It's very difficult to find an exactly tutorial that will teach you everything. Usually barbecue in the garden if friends are free. That's a nice way to spend a day. Hanging out with friends. Let me see. Thank you, Mike Bat. Thank you. I want to go to my children. Turn on simple. Play with the radius. And randomize the size. Now we can also turn on roughness. I'm just going to make sure that this size is really small. And then another thing I could do in the render settings, in the hair settings. Let's first see how this looks. Sorry about that. My subwoofer is fucked. Anyway, I don't want to render the instancer, but I want to render the grass. So let's create a grass material here. I'll just use a diffuse or velvet. So shader. Let me see. Does velvet work for grass? And maybe a translucent. Material like that. We can also get a grass texture, or a nice texture, sorry, and just use a color ramp Can use also object mapping and hello Vinit, how are you? Glad to see you again. Let me handle some guy here. All right. Hello Rena Rides, hello PSCC. Good to see you too. Good to see you too, PSCC. Anyway, so I want to see, let me see, I'll have the grass. I think I might, I think I have too many particles. Let me try 200 there. Okay, something like that. Let me change, give this a proper offset, and maybe change this to project. Okay, I think that's not too bad. Yeah, I was working on this. You are rocking nowadays. Yeah, thank you. Yes, YouTube, I think, does love streaming more than just uploading videos, at least for me. Speaker upgrade stream coming soon. Yeah, I have a lot of things I need to upgrade. And I'm actually thinking of creating, investing some money into an actual studio so that I can stream with my face, showing my face. So that's just for better interactions with you guys. So you can see who you are talking to. Come to this, maybe change this to 300. I want to, let me see how this looks. Okay, I need to add a color ramp. And let's use 2 colors or 3. I can use what we already have here. Then some dark green. I can feed this now in the velvet and the actually, let me do a color mix RGB here, because I think I liked the original colors much better. Just wanted some slight variation like that. Nice. Do you feel if the denoising samples were set to like 32 instead of 0 or 1, it would not give the denoiser more information to work with, and denoise better, correct me. Yeah, so if you set it to a very low number, it won't, you barely see anything because there isn't enough data. I listen to Smashing Pumpkins while working. Have a song. I don't think I know that one. All right. Yeah, so like I said, we can first focus on the foreground and then do the background there. Now I want to add some water foam. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm going to grab this water. Actually, you know what? We can just fake the water foam. Let's search for water foam texture. Get something like this or like this. Copy. Save. Could probably do it procedurally. Let me see. We have this, and we have this, and we have this. So if we grab this, add a convert car ramp, can probably get some waterform like that. Can also do add a noise texture. Hey, Naimudin, Sheikh, how are you? Okay. Can blend the two with color dodge just to break things a bit. Let me see, color burn. Just trying to create those water waves. And we can do a shader mix RGB. Use maybe translucent. Get this. And just let me see, can I use an emission on this emission shader instead of the translucent? Yeah, something like that. Okay, now let's get some rocks. Just going to grab these. Let me first pause this for a bit. Just have some random rocks. Let me first make sure that I don't have too much polygon. Let me just make this to 0.1. I'm going to use a smooth modifier here. see. Okay. Need more rocks. Okay, so another thing we have here is some sort of the water level changes basically because these are some sort of rapids. So let's see how to fake something like that. Let me see if I make an extrusion. If I bring this down a bit, extrude this up, and I think I can also make a few subdivisions here. Now, can round off these edges. Let's see now. Yes. I think I need to change the direction of my sun. What about the quick tools plugin, quick texture, quick? Can you do tutorials on those? These are very easy. These are my own add-ons. I use them to blend different things. They're not that hard to use, and you see me using them quite often. Quick texture just lets you to import textures much easier. Let's see. Okay, my water doesn't look very good right now. Let me grab these. Let's go back to the water a bit and see what's going on. If I just... Okay, that's not the problem. Let me see. trying to improve the water. Hey, Burning Bright. Hello, Zigzag. How are you guys? Hello, Magic Visuals. Procedural. What's up? Okay. I need... Let me see. If I remove the transmission, that's the color we get. So we need the transmission to give it that watercolor. Has to be full transmission. Okay, I think I'm going to use the layer weight just to make the colors a bit so facing and change this. I see our white foam. It's there, but it's not as detailed as I want. You can try and keep it procedural, but I think I'm just going to go with a texture. So let me go to my texture folder. I think let me go to my June. I think I have some water form. I just downloaded this one here. This. Okay. Just have to scale it a bit like that. Use it here. I think I can also use it as the mask. Yeah, something like that. Actually, we can just select this top, do an unwrap, and instead of using object, we can just use UV. Just scale that up, and just make sure that we straighten these UVs as well. So we get the waterfall effect we want. How to make GMI gaming logo in Pixel Lab, gaming mascot logo tutorial on Android. Not. I haven't. I don't think I know the logos you're talking about. It's, I would have to first check them out. Okay. Let me add a car ramp here. Okay, that's what we're going to use as the water for now. And now I'm just going to grab these rocks, make sure that they are inside the water. Grab these. Making sure they're inside the water like that. Now, we need rapids like this here. I think we can fake those quite easily. All I need is this area here. Just going to select that. Actually, let me add another loop here. Grab that. Grab that and that. Make sure I have these. Shift D, just duplicate them into its own object, and just make sure that I'm only selecting what is needed. Yeah, this. Like that. This is going to have a different material. Let me call this rapids. Actually, I think we can even just use a plane, just so we have more control. So something like this with subdivisions. Just give it a shrink wrap. I really love using the shrink wrap. It makes things much easier. So something like that. I can use project and maybe nearest point. I just offset this. Let's do above, and I offset this a tiny bit. So something like that. I don't know, maybe project would work. Tangent number? Now let's use project. Seems to work better. It's going to give this a slight rotation. Yeah, something like that. Okay, now what we're going to do to affect these rapids, I think we can just, first we can create a gradient. Okay, why is Blender fucking hanging? Oh, I think it's compiling shaders in the background. Anyway, it's back. So to fake the rapids, we can rapids. We only need a translucence, a transparent, and maybe an emission. So we can switch between the transparent or the translucent and the emission a bit. But let's begin with the translucent, like that. Okay, then we can grab a gradient texture. We can use our UV map. So I'm just going to have this rotated so that we have a gradient like that. I remember we want the rapids to be at the center there, so I'm going to, after this, I can grab a vector math, where is convert vector math? Get this, and just multiply. Let me get another gradient because I want to flip. Actually, this step is not necessary. We can just use another car ramp, here. Elongated noise texture. Use a factor and a transparency and glass. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I need a mask so that the noise texture doesn't just cut off abruptly, and that's what I'm doing here. So just so we have our mask like that. And if we want, we can even add a math node here with a multiply. So we can control, actually, no, not there. We can use a vector. You can use a vector math here with scale, I think. Okay, scale doesn't really help or doesn't do it as I wanted. Let's try multiply. Still not what I want. I wanted a way to control the middle. I guess you would have to control it using these sliders, but this is also good. So now we can add the elongated noise. So texture, noise texture like this. We need to scale it in the, let's see, in the x-axis. So it's elongated like that. You can already see where we're going with this. I can add a car ramp. Stretch it even further. Something like that. Then we can blend these and just, I think, use a multiply. Like that. I think I can do a vector convert math node. Power. Yeah, power would also help us. So you can see now what we have. Now we can use this as the mask. For our transparency, and we can just make sure that in the materials this is using alpha blend. We don't need any shadows. I think, let me switch the translucency for emission right now and see. We need to switch these. And we have our rapids. You can see, and in the render settings, visibility, we want to make sure that this doesn't cast any shadows. So we have rapids there. You can make different rapids there. You can use the power function. Thank you, thank you. You always have the right idea of what you should be making. there, and there. Those should be, yeah, you can see now we have some rapids. Okay, I think we can add some trees. Let me go to polygonic. I don't know, maybe, I'm not very sure what type of trees would be, or plants would be here. Let's try this one. Yes. Yeah, burning bright is impressive, but I always know what to do before I can even think of it. Anyway, so somewhere like that, let's see. Okay, not bad, not bad. But I also want this route here, this sidewalk. So I think I need to change this terrain a bit. So let's go to scout mode. Just make this side more straight, like that. And I think I can move my camera a bit to the left. There are samplings in it. Use those maybe. Or samplings. And which collection are they in? Oh, we also have some weeds. I think these are kind of floating. Grab some trees. Okay. I think I need to change the lighting a bit. Let's have this at 90. Yeah, the waterfalls really look very good when the sun is down. So we might want to add in some shadows somewhere at some point. So let me bring the elevation back to something like 50. Let me use some of my quick trees for my own library. Did you use the hair particles for the grass, or did you use... No, this is grass from the hair particle. I didn't model anything. Let me bring in my own trees. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to change the leaves a bit. How the leaves are used here. I'm going to use a diffuse and some transparency. Transparency. Not transparency, but yeah, actually transparency and then translucence. So this should be like that, and the alpha can be this can be used as the factor here. No, I don't have a printer now. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? Is it something I don't see any good use for a printer, so unless you enlighten me, man. Why would I need a printer? Let me mix the colors. I'm looking to buy one today or tomorrow. What are you going to is it because you are in the print industry? Because I don't really think I have any use for a printer, but I guess because you do a lot of printing for your clients, maybe you might need one. But what kind of printer do you need? These desk printers on top of, I want to call them desktop printers, but I'm thinking maybe don't you just print the, I don't know the type of printers usually people use. I think the type of printers people use are usually not the type of printers that can be used for the type of work you do. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I want to vary the color of the trees a bit here. So we want some dead trees and some non so dead trees. This can be set to color. Yes, because I do a fair bit of print, but I send it to someone at the moment. I was thinking of up to A2 or A3 size, but not sure. What is the common format you work with your clients? So I think that's what you would want to go with. Will you be printing the final prints, or will you be using it as a sample for your clients? Because I think the kind of printers that do final prints for the type of work you do might be a bit expensive. Or maybe not for you. Never know. I don't know. Probably same and low quantity for now. I see. You need to add more lighting from the left, a big plane with emission. Let's see. I can just use an area light. Okay, this is going to be it for the foreground. We can revisit the foreground a little bit later. What add-on do you use for the trees and grass? I'm using Botanic. The customer normally orders 5K stroke 10K plus, so I can't do the order. Like 5K prints? What do you mean? 5K prints or resolution? Okay, so let's now work on this. Yeah, on this here. I'm going to grab a few rocks like this. Is Botanic free? No, it is not. It's a paid add-on. Now let's build up. Let's build up. This area for the waterfall. Let's see. Not bad. Okay, I think we need to move our camera a bit up so there is no enough room for other things. Maybe change. Okay, let's now create some waterfalls. And this, we're just going to use, need to have these joined into one mesh like that, so we can use this plane like to project. Just offset a few things. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. I'll just need more waterfalls. Quantity, 5,000 quantity. Yeah, that would be a very huge investment. I think you would be buying ink like 10 times every day if you are trying to get that quantity. How much is it? I think it's, I don't remember the prices, but let me get the link for you here. I actually have an affiliate link. Botanic. Yeah, that's Botanic if you want to get it. Think we need to have most of our water concentrated here in one area. Okay, I think I need to approach this waterfall a bit different. Let me look at this in Eevee. Okay, so this is how things look currently. And I think one thing we could do is, let me grab this. I need, if I have a surface like this, and this should be rotated this side. Yes, something like that. So this can also turn on proportional editing. Just bring this and smoothen things just a bit. You can use a big plane with a good resolution, do cloth simulation, and on the rock, and then give it material. Would that work? Because what I want to do is first have some water. Like this. Let me give it the water material. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Now we need grass around here. And let me select. Let's just project and see. Then I can grab these waterfalls and just use them here. Yes. Yeah, something like that. Just start playing with the composition. I think we have too many rocks here. Ah, God, I made a mistake. Ah, big mistake. Anyway. Yeah, it's not that big. So that. I think the second waterfall needs to be higher and narrower. Ah, I see what you mean. So you mean this here? Actually, we can just, because there is a slight rotation in the terrain. So slightly narrower, like that. So we can grab this terrain, narrow things down, and because we're using shrink wrap, even the grass is being repositioned, which is nice. Yeah, something like that. Let me remove this tree out of the way. Yeah, these rapids we might want to change them a bit. 3.2 is been out for a week actually. Yeah, it's what I'm using. It's what I've been using quite a lot. Anyway, let's see what else. Okay, I think we can start bringing things together, and I think we might also want to change the aspect ratio to match. If you want things to line up better. Okay. Now we can start working on the. I think there is a slight angle to this. Okay, let's create the background. So we can use a plane. Yeah, if you're new here and you would like to see more stuff like this, be amazing if you liked and subscribed. Really helps out a lot. Lets me know what you guys are interested in, so I can keep doing it. Anyway. Hello, Annie. Dania, how are you? Glad to see you. Okay. Going to have this. Let's grab another one of another grass element. Just use it in the far distance there. I see. It seems we might want to have the particles in the background. Might want to give them a different height. Randomize it a bit. Okay. To get this time we can use a different particle system, and I have a tree in my asset library that I usually like to use, so very low poly. Good for stuff like this. Okay, that. So in the render, instead of rendering grass, I'm just going to render this tree. For the rotation, I would want also just to use very little number of trees, no children. Rotation can be global Z or global X. Scale random. Okay. Need less trees, but taller. Let's see. And I'll reduce the random. I don't want any of these. Let me get my tree. Where is my tree? I think let me see. Particles 0. Thanks for name on screen. Thank you too, Tony. I'm not sure what you mean name on screen. But thank you. Let's see. We need to have some variation, like you see here, some brown trees, and so let me get my main tree here. Look at the colors a bit. Let me pause. Go to color ramp. Actually, I need an object info. input object info, get a randomization, and this to constant. Okay, so we want some green trees like that, then we want some orange trees. Okay, let me just use and maybe some like that. Let's blend this. This is going to be the new color. Let's see. Yeah, we have some randomization now. I think I need to pull this up. We need to figure out our lighting a bit. Let me go to Botanic. Before I even do that, let's try to make this more beautiful. Let me see. How can we make this more beautiful? Let me try changing the camera to 25. Okay. I think I'm going to grab this patch of grass, give them a different particle system, and just have this to like 1000 particles, because I want to create this path. I think I'm just going to paint do a vertex paint, weight paint. First, show in viewport, shader, weight paint.